Are you running on autopilot, flooded with brain fog, snapping at loved ones, dragging through tasks, skipping meals or rest? If so, your mind is screaming for a serious pause. In this video, I reveal 5 unmistakable signs you desperately need a mental break, supported by the latest science from 2025 research. You'll also get a bonus warning sign, a step-by-step recovery action plan, and the wisdom drawn from my 15 years as a YouTube strategist, helping content creators prevent burnout and thrive. If any of these resonate, hang tight. I'll show you exactly how to reclaim clarity and energy starting today. SIGN1 Mental Fog. Memory slips, trouble concentrating. When routine thoughts stall and simple decisions feel heavy, that's not laziness, it's cognitive overload. In a June 2025 study using functional MRI, scientists discovered that 2 brain regions, the right insula and the dorsolateral prefrontal cortex, had significantly increased activity when participants reported cognitive fatigue during demanding memory tasks. Activity in both regions more than doubled as fatigue set in, meaning your brain is literally signaling, "I'm taxed." Even when offered monetary incentives, participants hesitated. These findings point to biological limits of mental effort and highlight early warning signs before burnout deepens. This is from the Johns Hopkins 2025 Brain Fatigue Study. Research also confirms structural brain changes after chronically long work weeks. A South Korean study published just days ago found that working 52 or more hours a week can lead to changes in areas of the brain tied to memory, emotional regulation, and decision-making changes associated with persistent cognitive decline. If you're questioning your thinking clarity, this is a signal, not mere pressure. Another systematic review and meta-analysis published in February 2025 summarized 72 neurophysiologic studies and found that mental fatigue reliably increases heart rate and blood pressure, while reducing heart rate variability. Those physiologic shifts accompany measurable cognitive and behavioral impairments. That review confirms mental fog is more than subjective, it is rooted in real brain chemistry. SIGN to chronic exhaustion that doesn't lift after sleep. Feeling drained even after rest is not normal tiredness. A Time article published last month emphasized the difference between normal fatigue and burnout. Fatigue resolves with rest. Burnout is deeper. It brings emotional exhaustion, reduced motivation, and even structural brain changes. It often takes months of corrective lifestyle change to recover. A massive European survey conducted in early 2025 of over 1 million adults found that 74% reported chronic fatigue and burnout symptoms. Sleep problems, low mood, physical aches, and cognitive struggle were widespread. Many simply believed those symptoms were normal for modern life. That normalization prevents recovery. SIGN3 Emotional instability, irritability, cynicism. Do small triggers toss you into frustration, cynicism, or emotional numbness? That's emotional exhaustion creeping in. Brain researchers in Lucca published a PNA study in November 2024, showing that prolonged mental exertion causes certain frontal brain areas to exhibit patterns normally seen during sleep delta waves, even in awake participants. That local sleep leads to poor self-control, reduced cooperation, and aggression in social situations. People become more hostile or pessimistic under cognitive strain. That's a biological marker of mental overload. When your reactions don't match your reality, your brain is under stress. SIGN for sharp drop in motivation and productivity. Have tasks that once energize you become crushing effort. Reduced professional efficacy is a hallmark of burnout. The Time article I mentioned above points out that burnout fosters emotional exhaustion and lack of motivation, and often brain structure shifts. Those neurobiological effects make cognition feel sluggish and decisions harder. Global employee surveys from Reed in May 2025 found 85% of workers have experienced burnout symptoms like fatigue and brain fog. Nearly half have taken time off for mental health. And younger workers, ages 18 to 34, reported rates up to 94%. When productivity drops under consistent effort, not occasional slumps, you're not off track, you're overloaded. SIG-N5 physical symptoms: frequent illness, sleep, or appetite changes. Your body often mirrors your mental state. Chronic headaches, muscle tension, digestive upset, weight fluctuations, immune suppression, disrupted sleep, and loss of appetite are classic signs. The European survey found 58% of respondents had digestive issues. 67% reported frequent sickness, 45% heart palpitations, and 73% chronic muscle tension. 61% had memory issues. 69% struggled to focus. 58% felt decision fatigue. That clustering of physical and cognitive symptoms is a red flag. Bonus sign: over-reliance on caffeine, alcohol, or other coping substances. Do you need a coffee just to wake your brain up? Or an evening drink just to wind down? Increased caffeine or alcohol use may mask deeper mental strain. Studies in late 2020 4.2 impaired cognitive reappraisal in fatigued individuals, and especially in athletes who rely on substances to push through stress instead of resting. That pattern may dull awareness and delay recovery. Latest scientific studies highlights. Study A, the June 2025 Johns Hopkins Functional MRI. Research pinpoints the insula and lateral prefrontal cortex as the fatigue monitors that decide whether you push on or step back. It shows motivation can override fatigue, but the cost is mounting strain on those circuits. Study B. The February 2025 systematic meta-analysis quantifies physiological signals of mental fatigue: increased heart rate, blood pressure, reduced heart rate variability, cognitive slowdowns. Fatigue is not just mental, it's measurable body signals. Study C. The November 2024 PNAS study demonstrated local sleep-like activity in the frontal cortex under prolonged mental effort, leading to poorer self-control and higher aggression in lab tasks. That means when stress rises, your brain literally powers down decision-making capacity. Explanations from a YouTube strategist with 15 years experience. I've helped creators manage content schedules, creative blocks, launch cycles. Burnout is real across industries. Your brain is your most valuable tool. When it's foggy or reactive, more work only accelerates decline. These signs are not minor. They signal your brain demanding rest before irreversible structural shifts take root. Action plan. What to do now. 1. Pause micro breaks every 90 minutes. Stand up, stretch, breathe deeply, step outside. Science shows brief resets reduce cortisol and support clarity. To set healthy boundaries, define work versus rest hours. Say no when overloaded. Chronic overwork changes brain structure, so boundaries protect your cognition. 3. Unplug digital devices daily. Create screen-free blocks. Continuous digital communication contributes to cybersecurity fatigue, lowered productivity, and stress. A 2025 study of IT and finance workers found digital detox initiatives significantly improved mental health and performance. For nourish body and mind, prioritize sleep, hydration, balanced meals, light exercise, or time in nature. A study published just yesterday found that spending just 15 minutes a day in urban nature significantly reduced anxiety, improved energy, focus, and sleep. Even small green moments matter. 5. Build micro-joy habits. Engage 5 to 10 minutes daily in gratitude, kind acts, appreciation of beauty. A UCSF-UC Berkeley study with nearly 18,000 participants found this boosted emotional well-being and stress resilience, especially among younger and under-resourced individuals. 6. Talk it out and seek support. Share with trusted peers, mentor, therapist. Research confirms social support and external reflection reduce burnout risks. 7. Schedule a real break. Signs persist. Block off a half day, full day, or extended restorative time. Vacations, when done right, fully unplugged, active, social boost mental health for up to 6 weeks. A 2025 meta-analysis found those after effects last, on average, 43 days. If you recognize these signs, mental fog, exhaustion, irritability, dropping motivation. Physical symptoms, reliance on coping substances. Your brain is not just tired, it needs a break. Follow the action plan above. Start small. Micro breaks, boundaries, nourishing routines, digital detox, social support, and real disconnected downtime. That's not indulgences, survival. Like this video if it hit home. Comment below which sign resonated most. Subscribe for more expert strategies on sustainable productivity, creative impact, and mental well-being. Short action plan. 1 micro break every 90 minutes. Set work, personal boundaries, unplug from digital tools daily. Nourish sleep, nutrition, movement, nature. Do small daily joy habits. Talk with someone you trust. Schedule a real full break if needed. Take that first honest step today. Your clarity and energy are worth protecting. You deserve to rest, press, play on recovery, and I'll meet you on the other side.